The last step on this mask is that you're going to pleat it. So you're going to come down about an inch and you're going to pinch the fabric up and you're going to fold it over about a half an inch and you're going to put it down. It's a little more than an inch maybe. Let's do an inch. Okay, and we're going to pin it down. I want a little more. Okay, like that. And we're going to give it a pin right there. Wow, I'm going to pick it up. I don't want to scratch my table. Okay, put a pin right there. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side, and we're going to make it even all the way across. If you need to measure it, measure it. Okay, and then we're going to come down and do the same thing down here and try to make them pretty close to being even, like that. Put the pin in. And we're going to come over here and put a pin in, and we're going to look at it and try to make them even. If you need to measure them, just measure them. So it looks like that on the side, and you've just pinched it and folded it and pinched it up and folded it on both sides. So it'll look the same on the front and the back, only one of them will be a little smaller on the back because of the way that you fold it. And then we're going to just stitch up. We're going to take our needle and thread. Probably need a new needle and thread by then. And you're going to come in here and you're going to hide your knot back in that pleat. And then you're going to do like a little whip stitch right here across these pleats to hold them in place. And you're just going to whip them together. And you're probably going to have to do the top two. And then jump and go all the way across and go to the bottom too. It makes pretty big stitches when you go all the way around all of them, but I guess you can do it if you pull it tight so that it doesn't look bad. And you're going to whip them all the way around. And that's going to keep the pleats from coming undone on the sides. You need it to not be sewn in the center because it's going to expand around your mouth. So you've seen a lot of these around. People have been wearing them a lot. Only most of them have been sewing them on their machines, but you can sew them by hand and they work just as good. And they look just as good if you are careful with your stitches. And then when you get all those whipped, so that it's whipped all the way from across those pleats so that can't come unpleated, you're going to tie your little knot off. Again, the same way, and hopefully yours doesn't get tangled like mine just did. That's one. There's two. And here's the third knot. And then we're going to put it up inside like we did before and cut it off to hide that tail. You always want to hide your knots in hand sewing because it looks nice. Okay, so I've got that one whipped. I'm going to go ahead and whip this one right here and the two over here, and then my mask is all done. When you're all done with it, you're going to lay it out like this and take a picture of it and send it to me for your grade, and you're going to take a picture of the ends. And maybe hold the ends up and take a picture like this so I can see you whipped them together. And send those two pictures to me on a Google Doc, and your mask is done and you can go ahead and wear it. There you go. It's all done.